Hi everybody, welcome to my second video balcony garden tour, and it is June the 8th, and let's just start real quick because I have lots to say. So we're going to start off highlighting these two tomato plants which have just grown incredibly and have already started to flower, and they're doing really well. Not too sure if there are any bees coming by to help pollinate, but doing our best to make sure that we actually get some fruit on them. And then below this heirloom tomato, again we have the sweet woodruff, which I highlighted in the last video. So sweet woodruff is a shade-loving plant. It's found in forests, and it's actually called Master of the Woods by somebody. And it's traditionally used in potpourris, as well as for nervous complaints and stomach pain. It's looking a little stressed, I have to say, just in the last couple of days. I'm wondering if it's getting too much sun. We'll have to see what happens with this little guy, so stay tuned. And let's do it like this. So let me introduce you to a new member of my balcony garden. This is Skullcap, and it has a lot of neurological uses. It's a nerve tonics. It's used for things like PMS or depression, anxiety, heart palpitations due to stress. It's a really great herb. We use a lot in naturopathic medicine. Oh, who's that? Is that Cleo? There she is. Say hi, Cleo. Oh, now she goes silent. Okay, so back to the skullcap. Shh. Yeah, I transplanted it just yesterday, and it's looking really great and robust. What I've been trying lately is when I transplant plants, I water them afterward with some dissolved homeopathic arnica. Arnica is a homeopathic remedy that's used after trauma, and I'm thinking that it's helping the plants. They seem to be bouncing back pretty quickly. So, onward. This box was a feature in the last video. We have the rescue herb, which is doubled in size. Still don't know much about it. I have to do more research. Got some little guys that I'm just preparing. And then some nice hens and chicks, because they're cute. Like this one. She's also cute. Also ornamental. And then I have some new additions, other new additions. This is yarrow. Also, the Latin name is Achillea millefolium, as in 1,000 leaves. And it's kind of like a fern. Get a little closer. And I like to think that it looks like stitches of a cut when you have to get it stitched up. And the thing about one of the uses for yarrow is that it's used as a vulnerary to help heal wounds. So this is how I remember that. Just how it's formed seems to give a hint as to its use. Yarrow also has several other uses. For fever, it's a diaphoretic and induces sweating to help break a fever. And it is also known as Master of the Blood. It's indicated when there's bright red blood, like a nosebleed. So, something to keep in mind. It's got other uses, but let's move on. And then right here, we have St. John's wort. Yes, that is the plant that everyone knows is used for depression. It's actually native to Ontario, and you can find it in the wild if you know what to look for. I didn't know what to look for, so I bought a little tiny little thing of it so I can grow it and observe it, so I'll recognize it when I see it out in the wild. St. John's wort is not just used for depression, but it's also used for anxiety and neurological pain. It's a great sedative for conditions like sciatica. So, yeah, let's move on. Melissa, or lemon balm, is its common name, but its Latin name is Melissa officinalis. And it too is a great herb for anxiety. And I believe colds. I should have my notes with me, but I'm not going to refer to them. So, so depression, anxiety, the heart as well. Oh, and it's also really good for conditions of hyperthyroid, such as Graves' disease. So it's something, if your thyroid is not functioning very well, it might be something that you want to avoid. But if your thyroid is over-functioning, then you may want to consider supplementing with this herb, or actually seeking naturopathic care so that we can prescribe you some of this wonderful, wonderful herb. Alright, and then here we have some spearmint, which is just going to be used for culinary purposes, because I like cooking with mint. It's delicious. Alright, so we're just going to zoom a little bit, and I'm going to show off my chard. Yeah, look at these babies. Oh yeah. I think they're huge. There'd be a lot more of it if Cleo didn't also feel like she needed to increase her intake of greens. You see the little ragged edges? She's such a cute little bugger. Oh, this one. Yeah, she's been busy all right, but look at these colossi leaves. So healthy and yummy. I'll probably be harvesting some of them soon. Alright, and let's mosey on over here. Got another heirloom tomato. This one's a Cherokee Purple. It's not flowering yet. Looks like it might be soon. It's probably a later maturing one. And then down here we have some Genovese basil. And basil is, like many of the herbs that we cook with, culinary herbs, it's great for digestion, for flatulence or stomach upset, and it's also, in traditional folklore, considered a love herb and an aphrodisiac. Did you know that? I did not know that. In medieval Italy, people would use basil to indicate their love for the person they were courting, or their openness to the person who was courting them. So, gentlemen, I suppose, would wear a sprig of basil in their hair to indicate their love for the person that they were courting. Kind of cute, huh? Alright. If you want some of my basil, you can ask me for it, but you're gonna have to tell me who it's for. Okay, so then we have my window boxes. So here we have one, and then another strawberry here. And yes, they are flowering. Let's see if we can get this flower in here. Yay! They're cute. This one's actually better. I just don't want to drop my phone. There we go. And then we have some curled parsley here. Did you know that fresh curled parsley is high in vitamin C? It's pretty awesome. And it's also a diuretic, so keep that in mind. And lastly, it's also an emmenagogue, which means that it can promote menstruation. So it's something that pregnant women should avoid eating in large quantities. So there's your tip for the week. And then in this box we have some lavender. These are ones that you've seen before if you watched the first video.
Lavender is, this lavender here hasn't really done that much, which is unfortunate, but well, I'm haven't given up on them yet. Lavender is just a really wonderful smelling herb used in for culinary things, but it's also great as an antispasmodic and kind of a sedative, relaxant, helps with sleep. So one of my one of my two very favorite teas is a blend of lavender flowers and peppermint. It's just lovely. And let's see, the oregano's doing really well, super well actually. And then I've got some rosemary, and rosemary has a lot of really neat effects. It's good for digestion and antispasmodic, and also good for the nerves. So it's really neat. And then the time's doing well. These itty bitty little flowers that you can't see. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to see, but they're cute. And then take a look at this sprawl of mint. This is the chocolate mint, and it's just vaguely chocolatey. And then the white sage, which was used by the California Indians as an herb for purification in their ceremonies. And then we have peppermint right here. And peppermint again is relaxing. It's good for your digestion, for flatulence, for sore tummy, for flus and colds. Keep it in mind. It's a really great herb. Yeah. Okay, and then some more new crops. So I bought just a little container of this herb, and I kept it around. I didn't plant it for almost a week, and it was so full that I had to split it up, which is great. It seems like a very robust plant. So anyway, let me tell you what it is. It's Bacopa Moneri, I believe, and it's an Ayurvedic herb. Did I pronounce that right? Anyway, which means that it's used in the East Indian traditional healing methods, and it grows. Oops, sorry about that shake. And it's got some really neat effects. Let me just get my notes because I'm not so up to date on this one. Okay. So, one thing I wanted to mention is that you can actually find another plant that's very similar. It's in the same genus, that's often used in hanging baskets, but this is the one that has the medicinal properties. So don't be confused. Don't start eating ornamental plants. That could be dangerous. So it's the Ayurvedic medicine tradition uses this herb for asthma and epilepsy, but it also has been proven in studies to increase memory capacity in rats and in people over 55 years of age. Pretty cool, huh? It's an antioxidant, it's a powerful antioxidant, and it also has been shown to reduce beta amyloid plaques in patients with Alzheimer's. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome little plant. I bought it because I'm studying for board exams this summer, and I think I will need a lot of this stuff. And so I'm like farming here in the city. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, let's move on. This is the last one. Okay, so it's again the same plant through the whole window box, or balcony box, whatever. And they're just these little leaves. And the herb is called gotukola, or Centella asiatica. And this herb is used in East Indian, African, and Chinese traditional medicine. And it grows in ditches and moist areas. So if you do buy it, you be careful that you get it from a good source because it can be contaminated. So that's something to watch out for. It was used in the treatment of leprosy, as well as wound healing, because it increases the production of collagen and it decreases inflammation. And it's also considered a brain tonic. It increases attention span and concentration, which of course is why I bought this herb. You can eat 1 to 2 leaves a day, and it not only is brain tonic, but is also believed to increase your lifespan and your overall well-being. It too is an antioxidant and can be used for venous insufficiency, which is like varicose veins or improper blood flow back to the heart from the limbs, mostly your legs, and diabetic microangiopathy, so like diabetic circulation problems. It's used in Thailand for opium detoxification, and studies indicate that it may be effective in the treatment or prevention of cancers like breast cancer. And I've also read that it's very effective in the treatment of arthritis. So, good one to have around. So anyway, just to sum up, things are going well in this balcony garden, even though sunlight is at a premium. I've noticed that I was not really by design. I have a lot of herbs for the nervous system as well as the digestive system. A lot of my herb selection was based on size, because there are herbs that I wanted to get that are just too big to host on this balcony. But, our society has so many digestive and nervous complaints that it's kind of exciting that that herbs for those complaints can still be grown on a balcony in the center of Toronto. Something to think about. I hope I've inspired you to consider growing herbs, either in your garden or on your balcony, or maybe someone else's backyard. It's a wonderful thing to do, and a lot of fun. Anyway, thanks for listening. Thank you for sticking through this entire video. I hope you enjoyed it. Take care. Bye.